What's going on, guys? It is Tyson the Trainer here, back with another sports talk video, and today we're going to be talking about how to keep you full during your dieting phase. Because again, whether you're an athlete and you're on a high amount of calories or not, it can still be quite tough when it comes to just trying to avoid hunger when you are dieting overall. So I thought if I share with you a few different tips here that could actually help, it may just make the dieting process overall easier. So I'm going to cover 4 different things that we're going to be going through today that I think are going to be quite big benefits to people, and I think one of them is quite underrated, and we're going to start with that, and that is overall calories. All right, sorry while I'm messing with this camera. So calories are such an important thing that I think a lot of people, they try and avoid calories. You try and save calories for the evening, you try and avoid the amount of calories in each meal because you've only got a certain amount of spending you have each day, and this is the wrong mentality to have. Because if we just think about calories for the sake of calories and spending them on certain foods, you're going to set yourself up for hunger, all right? And we want to be able to avoid that, because if you set yourself up just for being hungry, what's going to happen is, you're going to save some calories for the evening or whatever it's going to be, and that's going to cause some issues. The reason it's going to cause issues is because when you have less calories during the day and you're quite active and you've created a kind of an energy mismatch, you're going to then be starving by the end of the day, and you're probably going to want something, you're going to want more food than you're actually able to have in your diet. So with that being said, ideally you'd want to probably use a majority of your calories throughout each meal you have. Now my personal recommendation is 3 meals and a snack, all right? And in that third, that dinner meal, I include kind of dinner as dinner and dessert type of thing, okay? Because they're quite, they're eaten quite close together. And so if you're going to have 3 meals and a snack, and let's say you're on 2,000 calories, all right? Each of those meals, so breakfast, lunch, snack, should be about 400 calories, all right? Then you've also got 400 calories for dinner. Sorry, then you've also got, 4, 8, 12, then you've also got 800 calories for dinner. So you can have a little bit extra, but you never want less than 300 calories per meal, okay? The reason for this, I've just created this number. The reason you shouldn't be having less than 300 calories per meal is because the lower the calories you have, the higher the chance you have of overeating, and the lower with these other habits I'm going to be talking about, the less you're just going to be able to get these other habits in, all right? So making sure each meal contains at least 300 calories. Obviously, if you're a bigger individual, making sure you're having more of those calories in each meal. Like for me, dieting on 3,800 calories, I make sure that each of my meals has about 600 calories in it, all right? Because then again, if I have 4 meals, that's only 2,400 calories. I've got plenty of extra room to, go from, but it has to be minimum 600, so it helps with that hunger, all right? The last thing I want is going to another meal hungry, food focused, and then going to eat more than I can. So again, minimum 300, but ideally, based on how many calories you have, try and spread it out quite evenly. You can always buy at dinner a little bit more calories, but don't make it anything crazy. All right. Secondly, protein. You guys know protein's important. You guys know it's going to help with your recovery. It's going to help with your performance. It's going to help with muscle maintenance. It's going to help prevent muscle loss. It helps with a lot of things. Okay. Now, when it comes to protein, again, ideally, you want to be able to spread that out over the amount of meals you have. So in saying that, if you are having 4 meals a day and you need 200 grams of protein, each meal should have 50 grams of protein. Okay. If you are needing 150 grams of protein over 4 meals, you should be having about 40-ish grams per meal type of thing, a little bit lower. It could be 35 grams, 150 to 160 isn't going to be an issue, but making sure you're getting protein in your diet over all of your meals. Research goes to show that over 20 grams of protein a day is going to be great for for helping with satiety, and also with 24-hour satiety, so actually helping you keep fuller for longer. Okay, so that's cool. So again, 20 grams is like that minimum mark that we want to be aiming for, but based on the amount of protein you're needing, use that as you please. So, again, between your meals, it might be between 20 and 50 grams based on your overall intake, right? If we're going to have 4 meals, let's go with this 4 meals thing again. If you need 100 grams of protein a day, that's 25 grams over each meal. Or 20 grams over 3 meals, and then maybe 40 grams over that last meal to kind of bump it up a little bit. All right, if you are someone who needs 200 grams of protein like myself, 50 grams over each meal, okay? We're not trying to be like, 15 grams here, 10 grams here, 70 grams here, because that's not going to be beneficial for you. And again, we want it all to work with satiety. So making sure you're getting 20 grams to whatever your amount's going to be, but a minimum of 20 grams each meal. At your meals, if you're having a snack, it doesn't matter if your snack is not 20 grams. It can be lower if you want to. It's really up to you, but because I have 3 main meals, and technically I just call my snack a meal because it's quite high in calories, I just make sure that snack, is also just going to be high in protein overall, because I have 50 grams of protein at each meal, right? Thirdly is fiber. Fiber helps keep you full. Fiber helps slow digestion. Fiber helps satiety. Fiber is great for keeping things regular in your body. Now you guys know fiber is quite important for you anyways, so I don't think I need to really butcher on that. But the recommended fiber intake for people is between 12 to 15 grams per 1,000 calories. Now the thing is, as an athlete, you don't want fiber interrupting your stomach health. Okay, you don't want it causing issues. You don't want to sit it inside your stomach. So this one is a little bit of a tricky one, but we can still work around it. So firstly, try and keep fiber away from your workout. Ideally 90 minutes or more away from your workout. Pre-workout, if you do find you get stomach upsets when you do have fiber. If you have fiber, you don't get stomach upsets, it's absolutely fine. But try and keep it away from your workout if you do get stomach issues. Apart from that, try and evenly spread your fiber out throughout the day. And I would also say for an athlete, try and keep it under about 12 grams, okay? For everyone else, I recommend under 10 grams for an athlete, because again, if you're keeping it away from your workout, you need to compensate fiber. And the other times of the day, make sure you do try and keep it away from your workout. And then have a 12 grams per meal. So for me, because I work out at 11 o'clock usually, or 10:30, 11, I eat at 8 o'clock. I got plenty of time to have fiber in my first meal, then I have fiber in my second meal, third meal, and fourth meal, all right? That's how it works for me, because I can evenly spread it out. So I get 40 grams of fiber a day, so each meal has about 10 grams of fiber for me. For you, it might be 12 grams, it might be 8 grams, it might be 6 grams, whatever it's gonna be, but between 5 and 10 grams of fiber, 5 and 12 grams of fiber seems to be a sweet spot for people. If you have too much, you're going to cause stomach issues. You're going to be bloated. It might cause a little bit of digestive upset and make you feel like you're going to shit yourself. So that's why I always say try and keep between 5 and 12 grams for athletes. And again, don't have huge chunks at a time. Don't save your calories for evening, like I said, and then your fiber intake is going to be 25 grams, because you're going to fucking have stomach issues, right? And you're going to have shit through the Ivan Needle, mate, basically. So making sure you do spread it out evenly. And then the last one is food volume, all right? So food volume does play a part. And if we follow your daily habits of your food volume, so making sure that you are eating your protein throughout the day, eating 5 servings of veggies, 2 servings of fruit, getting 2 to 4 servings of whole grains, that's going to cover your fiber target, all right? That's going to cover your fruit and your veggie, your daily habit target, and your lean protein. And if you look at that with each meal, if you are following these daily habits and implementing those things, your meal is going to be quite volume controlled for the most part, because you don't need to add in anything else really to that. Like if you think about it, if you're having that amount of food, those daily habits, and they're all ticking the boxes, then you're going to be able to quite easily manage your hunger, manage your portions, manage your volume. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Manage your volume overall, because it's going to be evenly spread throughout those meals. And so with that evenly spread volume based on those daily habits, it's going to be quite controlled for you. And so you don't need to be looking to add in all these extra things or trying to wonder, is this too much volume? Is this too little volume? Because you've ticked those habits off, all right? Now, in saying this, finally, you guys should focus on chewing. Chewing your food is very important. Chewing 20 to 30 times before swallowing is actually going to help with your hunger overall, because we're so quick to eat food, to eat a lot of it, to eat it, eat it fast. And when we eat food fast, it takes a while for the stomach to signal to the brain, hey, we've got enough food in here, we're full. And instead we just start, we keep trying to eat as fast as possible. We're not present, or we're watching TV. And with these things, we actually lose our our fullness signals and our hunger cues. So one thing I'd actually say to you guys is try and make sure that for you, actually focus on chewing more and eating slower. So again, 20 to 30 bites per meal. Per meal? Yeah, per meal. 20 to 30 bites per swallow is the word I'm trying to think of. Now that may seem like a lot, and you're like, fuck man, but trust me guys, I'm telling you right now, if you follow that, I can always guarantee you that you're gonna be in a much better spot with your hunger, you're gonna be able to manage it better, you're gonna have good control on your food volume overall, and that's just gonna, again, put you in a much better place. So hopefully those little tips help. They're nothing crazy, they're not life-changing, but again, they can be, just because they're really simple and easy to implement, and they actually may give you quite a fair bit of benefit when it comes to just overall managing hunger and being sticking on track when it comes to your dieting phase. So if you guys did enjoy the video, you know where to find me, at Tyson the Trainer with 2 R's on Instagram. And until next time guys, I will speak to you then.